it's the Crazy Notebook Lady here. Today we're gonna be doing a requested video. Someone actually commented on my step-by-step tutorial that I posted last time, how to make the book cover. They commented wondering how to make the inside pages of the book, aka the manuscript. I just love that word. We're going to use a tool that is easily accessible to everyone and pretty easy to use as well, which is Canva. Disclaimer, it is a free website, or you can pay for the pro subscription. I have always used the pro subscription of Canva. I honestly am not too sure what the differences are between paid and unpaid, but I would suggest that if this is something that you are committed and dedicated to, buy the tools that you need to have the success that you want in your business. That goes for any business, not just notebooks. You guys know the drill. Head to your computer and let's get to work. If you go up here to your address bar, you're gonna go ahead and type canva.com. The website looks like this. I am logged in to my Canva Pro, so that's why you see my little icon here. Also, it saves all of my designs here so that way I can go back and work on them in the future. This is actually something I'm working on now, which I'm very excited about. Here's how to create the inside pages. You'll go up to the right-hand side and click Create a Design. Whatever size your book is, that will be your custom size. Me personally, I do not work in pixels, I work in inches. And honestly, I don't even know if that means pixels. I just always assumed it did. So I will work in inches. I know that my book I last created was a 6 by 9 inch book. Then I'm gonna click Create a Design. It'll pop up this page here, and now you can make anything that you want for the inside. If you come over to the left-hand side, if you click on Elements, you can click a line. It'll pop up a dark line here. If you do not like your line to be this thick and dark, if you come up here to this section that says line weight, right now it's set to 5, but you can actually reduce it. I usually keep mine at 1. And then you just move it up. Notice when I click the line, it shows you the purple margins. Pay attention to those. Let's say you wanted to add lines all the way down your page. If you select this line and click Command D, it will multiply the line for you as many times as you want. You could just go all the way down the page. Then what you'll do is you'll just select all of these lines. And if you come to this right-hand side that says Position, down here in the Space Evenly section, go ahead and click on Tidy Up. Boom. Now your lines are perfect and evenly spaced. I just threw this together really quick, so obviously these are not actual lines that I would use because these are really college ruled. But let's say these are way too thick and I want my lines to go all the way down to the bottom of the page. So one trick that you can do is if you click on the last line and drag it down to the bottom of your page, now you have those at the top, this at the bottom. Go ahead and select everything just like you did the last time and do the same thing. Click Tidy Up. Now those lines that were so tight are now all the way down your page. This is more like it. This is more like the spacing that people would actually use in a notebook. Keep in mind, guys, there are thousands upon tens of thousands of notebooks on Amazon right now, and there are more and more being added every single day. Your inside pages as well as your cover need to be set apart. You have to make sure that you are creating things that are eye-catching, that are beautiful, and that are unique. So that way it sets yourself apart from these 50,000 other people selling a floral notebook. So here are some ways that you can set yourself apart from all the others. Whatever cover that you design, always try to make, if you're putting an inside graphic, always try to make it match up. Right now, I'm actually creating a pumpkin spice book cover. One thing I can do is instead of just having plain lines, I can add something pumpkin spice or fall theme. So if I go here to Elements, go ahead and type in pumpkin spice. And you can see here these really cute graphics pop up. If we just want this simple little latte graphic, we're gonna add that in. Usually put my graphics at the beginning to the left here, or at the bottom to the right. So on this one, I think I actually would prefer it if it was on the right. So you'll just place your graphic where you want it, and then you can reduce your lines. So I know here, I'm gonna want them to be like that. one, same thing with that line. You're gonna wanna reduce all of the lines that go into the graphic. As you can see, while I'm reducing the lines, Canva also tells you with this purple dotted line that pops up, hey, these are now matching and they're all nice and neat in a line. This is kind of tight, so I would probably minimize these lines even more if I wanted to make it perfect and ready for sale. You guys, these little details are what makes you sales. Now check out the inside. Instead of just these boring lines all the way down, we got a little latte. Now what you can do is however many pages that you want to create, keep in mind when you created your cover template, you selected the number of pages that would be on the inside. Whatever you selected when you were making your template, you have to have that amount of pages on the inside of your book. The reason this is really important is for the spine of your book. The spine of your book, you know, that thick part where it's folded, that is what holds all the pages together. So the pages have to be nice and tight and perfectly fitted inside that spine. If you created a 50-page book for your spine, your manuscript inside needs to be 50 pages. You can easily duplicate your pages here. If you would like to add a page, you can click here, but that adds a blank page. I don't want to do all that. So instead, if you click on these two squares with the plus sign, it duplicates your page. I wish there was a shortcut for this. I have not learned one. So if you know one, leave it in the comments. But you literally just click this for as many pages as you have. Here's another way that you can spice up your inside. So that same graphic that we had here, let's say we wanted to actually have it really big on the inside of the book itself. See how they're giving us that center line. So you definitely want to make sure that it is centered. Let's go ahead and drag back out these lines so that way it's all nice and even. And if you just follow the guidelines, it makes it really easy for you. Okay, perfect. So now that that's all there, see, it's centered top and bottom, and that is centered in the middle. This graphic, obviously on top of these lines, it's gonna be sloppy if you write on it. If you select your graphic and you come over here to transparency, this little checkerboard, you can actually adjust the transparency of this graphic, which I am obsessed with. So if you make your graphic super duper light, not 0, make it super light, something around like 12 or 13, you can still see the graphic, but whoever purchased it would easily be able to write on top of that because it is very faded. And here's another idea of stuff you can do on the inside. So in addition to having regular lines, you can do like thought bubbles or whatever, however you want to say it. If you come over here to elements, let's try thought bubble. Okay, and then you just pick whichever one you like. This one's cute. Okay, so let's add a little thought bubble here. Then let's put some lines back to elements, over to the line, and we'll add a couple of these. Put it where you want, select it, go over to line weight and minimize that. Or keep it thick if you like, totally your preference. All right, now go back to your line and click Command D a bunch of times. Grab your final line and bring it all the way to where your last line, where you want your last line to be placed. Select all of these lines, go up to position, and click on tidy up. Now that all of our lines are evenly spaced, you can go ahead and add that back here. This is great if you're doing like a guided journal. In the thought bubble here, I can put some text. Come over to the left-hand side. I'm gonna add the little text here, and then you can write whatever you want. Write about your day, okay? And then click on that text and go ahead and put it into the thought bubble. Now you can, of course, change your font by coming right over here. Make sure that the entire thing is selected. If you see here, it's not really covering the full bubble, so super easy, just increase your font size. You can also increase it by using the diagonal arrow as well. And then you just want to make it nice and centered with your photo. And of course, you can make the photo itself bigger as well. The OCD in me, it's telling me I need this to be centered. So I can connect my text with my thought bubble simply by selecting them both together. Now these are both selected together, and you can see I can move them as a unit throughout this page. I'm just gonna go ahead and center that up. Boom, write about your day. And now here are the lines where they can write about their day. And that's it. As you guys can see, creating the inside of your book is actually one of the funnest parts of the process. The creation part of making the book itself. I love making the covers. I love designing the inside based on the covers that I just spent hours creating. Please take your time when you're making the inside pages of your book. Please treat the inside pages of your book just as special and important as you're treating your cover. If people love your cover and they love the inside, you better believe they'll be back for more. And that's what it's all about, creating those repeat customers. I would love to know if you guys have any tips and tricks for creating the inside of your books. Now that we have our cover and our inside pages, it's time to head to KDP and upload those books. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you can see way more Amazon KDP tips and tricks that I have coming up.